In around 2003, 2002, 2003, I really started zeroing in on studying why men are the way they are. I'd been hurt so many times by so many men. My father never contacted me from the time I was 3 until I was 25. And I didn't understand why. Thought he left me for some unknowable reason. I know what that was at this point, but I didn't as I was growing up. But I just didn't understand. I didn't understand why my husband didn't want to be married anymore. I didn't understand the dynamics between us. There were just lots of things I didn't understand. So I really zeroed in when I was in grad school, in particular, in studying the psychology of men, and did my doctoral dissertation on mothers and sons. Go figure why I would do that with being the mother of 3 boys. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Jesus. I'm grateful for life, just so much. But today I'm especially grateful for the cute boy. And I have to tell you that I met him in the summer of 2011, and he was a total surprise to me. We clicked immediately. I fell for him very, very fast, but I tried to hold back a little bit. But at the same time, in 2011, I was starting to really put the pieces together about how men operate, why they are the way that they are. And so I decided, here's this great guy. We have a lot in common. He was a very dedicated Christian, had terrific standards of conduct, and he was just an amazing man all the way around. And I thought, I'm going to experiment with him. I'm going to test out all of these hypotheses on him and see if I've got it right. And so when I encourage you to experiment with your husband, this is what I'm basing it on, is that I learned how to apply what I teach in a way that I could actually see what the outcome was and enjoy the benefit thereof. Okay? So that was way, way cool. And we just clicked. I even told him I was experimenting on him at one point, and he said to me, "Bring it on, bring it on." It was just so, so much fun. This past December, he passed away, and I lost that opportunity. And forgive me for choking up a bit. Um, I I have missed him so much, and the thought that I'll never get to dance with him again, it makes me sad. But at the same time, and this is why I wanted to have us be the grateful spin, but um, it's not been that long, so it's hard. But I'm so grateful for the time I had with him. I learned so much from him. He was so full of joy. He was brilliant. He was talented. He had so many gifts, and one of his gifts was encouraging other people. He loved to find the good things about someone else and build those up and encourage people. And he did that for me. I'd never had that happen before to the degree that he did that for me. So it's no wonder that I still think of him as the love of my life. I can't imagine what my life would be like had I not met him. He came into my life at the perfect time. And I have to tell myself he left at the perfect time too. I don't fully believe that. As you can imagine, I would always tell him, if some is good, more is better. And that was always in terms of how much time I got to spend with him, the fun things that we did together. We danced all over the West Coast, sometimes literally on the coast at the beach, and other times, we were in Portland, we were in San Francisco, we were in LA, we were in Orange County, we were all over the place. Can't, I could list all the places, but I don't want to take up your time with all of that. But it was just so much fun. And we did workshops together. Now, he wasn't a teacher, he wasn't a psychologist. He worked in Hollywood, he was an Emmy winning sound supervisor. And that was his expertise, but he had this incredible talent for encouragement and a wonderful, wonderful way of bringing people together to have fun. I used to say that some of our events were like an old fashioned youth group, and we got to laugh and play games and do these really things that you wouldn't think of doing today without any technology whatsoever ever other than the music, because we would play recorded music when we would have the dances. But we did workshops together, and I would do the teaching in the morning with the men, and I do teaching in the afternoon with the women, and in the evening he would take over and run the dance. So it was so much fun because then the couples got to practice what they learned in the workshops with me about leading and following and honoring and trusting and respecting and loving and being tender and kind and all of those things. They actually got to practice that in the evening. And the ladies got to watch me follow, because most everybody sees me as someone who's really strong. And I am. I've had to be strong. And I'm sure that a lot of you are really strong too. But this was my chance to actually be able to be the girl, and I loved it. It was so, so much fun. You know, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second, so pardon me for that. But the one of the pieces of feedback, this is what I was going to say, one of the pieces of feedback that I got from a lot of the women that came, that especially the women that I had been seeing in couples therapy, and they said to me, I can't believe how you do this, how you just submit to him and let him take the lead. It's amazing to watch you do that. And at the same time, it was a great opportunity for the men to be able to observe how a man could be confident and gentle, which is actually controlled strength, and could also be incredibly compassionate, because he was always kind. He was always taking into consideration what I wanted and what I thought was good for our activity or what we were doing. He was just so much fun. Anyway, today, that is the thing I am most grateful for, is the time I got to spend with my cute boy. And I really want to encourage you to take advantage of every moment that you have with your own cute boy or your own cute girl. And that's why I keep doing this stuff, is because I want to give you some strategies. I want to teach you the principles behind how to do that, and give you experiments that you can try, like I practiced on him. And now you can do those same things, and hopefully you will have the same kind of joyful experience that I had every single time I was with him. Now, I do want to say, we had our share of miscommunication. We had our share of mis passing each other like ships in the night and totally not getting what the other person was trying to say. I'm not saying that didn't happen. It did. It wouldn't be a real relationship if it didn't. But overall, because I understood how men operate, most of the time it was me who made that first adjustment, because that was my area of expertise. So I would make the adjustment, and then I observe, does this make him stronger? Does it make him a kinder, gentler, more confident leader in the process? Or do I do things that make him want to back up? And there are some times that I did do that too. And I recognized it and I was able to repair it. Now, before I get off here, I want to say one more thing. And that is that I am not saying in all of this that the woman is responsible for the relationship. She's not. What I'm saying is the woman is more powerful in a relationship than she realizes. And that's true for you too.